Season 4 ended with the warehouse holding all the heroin being burnt down, and Season 5 Episode 2 might have just gave us enough clues to reveal who the mystery man who burnt down the warehouse was. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here for another Mayans MC Season 5 theory. Now, one of the big talking points coming in to this final ride was who burnt down the warehouse, who took out all the heroin. Now, there has been a few names that have floated about, and I think the most popular one has been Angel, because the last time we seen Angel in Season 4, he was pretty much threatened by Easy. He was told, look, either you get behind this train or it will run all over you. So some people have put together a theory that Angel could have burnt down the heroin to try and prevent his brother Easy from running out of control and taking the club in the wrong direction. However, I do not think it is Angel. Now, we haven't really discussed it much. The club hasn't really talked about it much. However, in the first episode, inside the temple, Easy did state that whoever burnt down the heroin wanted to kill every single Mayans member at the table. So, therefore, I don't think it's Angel based on that. Would Angel really sabotage the entire Mayans? Would Angel really want to take the heroin away from the Mayans and jeopardize the future of the club? In my opinion, no. He might not like the direction that Easy's going. He might want to pull the reins a little bit on Easy. He might want Easy to ease up, pun intended. But I do not believe that Angel would burn down the entire heroin warehouse. However, there was a few clues here in this episode that might have just revealed who the mystery man was that burnt down the warehouse. So, at the start of the episode, the Mayans acknowledge that Soledad has basically cut them out the pipeline. She blames them for the drugs, for the heroin going up in flames. Why she blames them, I'm not entirely sure, and we will come back to that at the end of the video, but it's pretty clear that at the moment the Mayans are out and they're trying to get back in the good books of El Banquero's sister. So we see later on in the episode that they go and visit El Banquero's sister, Soledad. Easy tries to give her a gift offering, but she isn't really interested. She says that there is going to be 2 strikes. First, you killed my accountant, and then you allowed my heroin to be burnt down. On the 3rd strike, you will not survive. Easy then states that whoever burnt down the heroin stole just as much from the Mayans as they did from the cartel, because they'd banked their entire future on that heroin. And at this point, when Easy mentioned whoever burned it down, we see Galindo staring at Nestor. Now, at the time, I didn't really make much of that, because we do kind of see Galindo. Couple of seconds later, he's staring down Easy. So I thought, at first I just assumed that Nestor and Galindo were staring each other down because, they used to be acquaintances, they used to work for each other. Maybe it was a little bit awkward, Galindo seeing Nestor on the other side. So at first I thought that's what the stare down was. However, I don't think that is the case, because like I said, Easy says whoever burnt it down stole as much away from the Mayans as they did from Soledad. After Soledad leaves, we see Galindo, and he basically approaches Easy and almost gloats about how Easy and the Mayans are no longer in the pipeline, and he states that they are being left behind, and he almost took like enjoyment from this. So you could ask the question, why would Galindo do it now? Like, he was willing to work with the Mayans in Season 4, but of course, there's a big difference. In Season 4, Alvarez, El Padrino, was the president, and I believe Galindo, despite him and Alvarez ending things on dodgy terms, they did have a lot of respect for each other, and I think that Galindo would be willing to work with Alvarez when he is the president. But now that Alvarez no longer appears to be in the club, he's definitely not the president anymore, maybe Galindo has changed his mind. Maybe he is not wanting to work directly with the guy he's been in a rivalry with since this show began. If you look from episode 1, Galindo, Easy, they haven't liked each other. There's always been tension. There's always been bad blood there. So it would make sense that Galindo no longer wants to work with the Mayans once Easy is the one in charge. So I think that's definitely something worth looking out for. Another thing is, let's talk about the actual heroin and the warehouse. Are you telling me that a warehouse this size containing heroin worth this amount of money would not be guarded? Of course it would be guarded. It doesn't make sense that it would just be left there, open for anyone to come in and burn it down, anyone to come in and steal it. It makes no logical sense that this place wasn't being monitored. Unless it was being monitored, unless Galindo managed to do something that created an opening for someone to come in and burn down the heroin. Now, could it have been Galindo himself? Possibly. Or could it have been someone working with Galindo? And could that someone be a spy in the Mayans in the name of Nestor? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Nestor burnt down this warehouse on behalf of Galindo. I think that Nestor could secretly be working with Galindo. He's in the Mayans, he's infiltrated the Mayans, he's given intel back to Galindo. Now that Alvarez is out, Easy's in charge, Galindo no longer wants to work with the Mayans, and he has given Nestor the task of burning down the heroin, and then it gets the Mayans completely away from El Banquero's sister. It breaks down that relationship, and it means that Galindo can cut the Mayans out of everything. And when you just look at stuff, it does make sense. Like I said, nobody guarding the heroin. The only way that would make sense would be if there was people guarding it and the person in charge created an opening. Who could create an opening? Galindo. Now, El Banquero's sister Soledad seemed to blame the Mayans for the warehouse going up in flames, so I'm not too sure if it was a Mayans that were supposed to be monitoring it, but I doubt it, because if that was the case, then I'm pretty sure that would have got brought up, and they would have been like, who the fuck was supposed to be looking after it? So I think the fact that it went down, we could be looking at a Galindo, El Banquero sister. I think they could have been in charge of keeping the heroin safe, and maybe Galindo, like I said, made an opportunity for someone to sneak in and do that. It also happened once Alvarez was out the club. You got to look at that. There was a Galindo stare down with Nestor when Easy talked about the heroin, the drugs being burnt down. Galindo and Nestor shared a glance at each other for about 4 seconds. It was pretty telling. And there's just motives for Galindo and Nestor. Nestor has always been loyal to Galindo. I mean, the only time he really wasn't loyal was when he wouldn't shoot Alvarez, but I mean, it's not like he turned his back on Galindo. He just didn't kill somebody, and then Galindo left. But for all we know, Galindo and Nestor are on good terms, and they could be working together. So I think it makes sense. I think it could be Nestor. Also, if you look at the person burning down the warehouse, they appear to have like tattoos on their wrists, and I was checking out people that have tattoos with the same sort of figure as the person burning down the warehouse, who have tattoos on their wrists, on their arms, and I keep coming back to two people, Angel and Nestor. Those are the two people that have got tattoos on their arms. I just don't see it being Angel. I think Angel is the obvious choice. The fact that they went pretty much straight to the warehouse burning down after Angel was threatened by Easy. To me, Angel is the lame choice. To me, Angel is the obvious choice. I think they might be doing something a little bit more off the cuff, and I'm going to go with Nestor. I think Nestor has burnt down the heroin to help Galindo and to help bring down the Mayans. Also remember, Nestor doesn't have any loyalty to the Mayans. He had loyalty to Alvarez, and look how they treated Alvarez. So I think there's lots of motives here for it to be Nestor, for it to be Galindo. I think they could be working together just like they were in the early seasons of this show. And if I had to predict who the one is that burnt down the warehouse, based on what we've seen, guys, in the first 2 episodes, I think it will be Nestor. That is my opinion. We'll see what happens, and we'll see if that is true. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. I will catch you in the next one. And of course, until next time, peace.